After releasing the stackable workshop cabinet project, one question kept coming back from the community. Why isn't it mobile? That's when I remembered my friend Emīls. He helped us build prototypes back when we didn't even have a permanent workshop. And as it turns out, it now needs a new workbench. So we decided to combine both ideas and create a setup with stationary section, and one you can move around the workshop to make daily tasks easier. I also had an idea to make the build even more versatile, but more on that a bit later. Now we need to pack the essentials for the project into our toolbox and go visit Emīls' workshop and see if our stackable cabinet design could work as a workbench as well. Since Emīls is spending most of the time making different furniture pieces and kitchen setups on his CNC router, having a spacious working area for assembling is essential, and the mobile part of the workbench could work great whenever handling the finished pieces. By now, you probably noticed my friend has a proper CNC in his workshop, with a giant working area, an automatic tool changer, and a vacuum bed for securing the material during the operations. And I can't wait to see how the same stackable modules we made in our Aribobox workshop will be cut on this CNC. When loading the first sheet on the working area, you can see how large it actually is. The standard size sheet, which I would normally cut into 3 pieces to use in my workshop, looks small on Emīls' setup. The next thing that got me really jealous is the vacuum table that holds the sheet in place during the cutting. With a simple twist of a lever, the sheet is locked in place, and it's safe to proceed. One thing that doesn't change no matter what setup you have is the operation sequence. First, it's important to cut all the screw holes, which in this case was simply running a drill across the sheet. After that comes the joint pockets and inside cuts, and finally the contour cuts before you can remove the parts from the CNC router. This sequence consistently delivers the best cut quality. Between the operations, Emīls showed me something really cool. He had programmed the CNC to guide the extractor and clean up after itself. It's something I will definitely try to set up for my machine as well. Apparently, when loading new sheets on the vacuum table, it's important to give it a couple of whacks with a mallet. This ensures there are no gaps between the sheet and the work surface. While doing so, Emīls pulled a parkour move and stepped on the CNC. It caught me by surprise, and it turned out it's for the exact same purpose, just doesn't require a rubber mallet. Not gonna lie, it seemed wrong on so many levels, but it didn't take long for me to try it out myself. Let's be honest, when would I ever get a chance of walking on an industrial CNC without being yelled at? And if it's required for the job to go smoothly, I'm all for it. While the CNC is running, Emīls is preparing the next operations, and I'm starting to trim the component edges for a more enjoyable assembling process. Since Emīls is mostly working with larger parts, he doesn't use a fixed trim router setup as we do, and the trimming requires going over each part while holding the palm router in hand. It's an easier way when working on larger parts, but when handling smaller modular cabinet components, it was clear that we need to add the trim router to the new workbench as well, the same way we have it set up in the Aribobox workshop. It will be way more efficient when working on smaller parts. In the industrial shop, efficiency means more money in the pocket. I can't wait to see how the new base frame will come together and how well the cabinets stack on top of it. So with the first chance, I found a quiet corner in the workshop and started to put the parts together. When designing the new base for the system, I used a similar approach when making the new workbench for the Aribobox workshop, joining the structural frame with half-lap joints and using tenons to guide the positions of the attachment modules. However, this time the frame also has to have parts that complete the floor of the bottom cabinet modules. that will also lock the modules in place so they can't slide off. But before we demonstrate how it will work, we need to add the caster wheels at the bottom. Remember, the small section has to be mobile for easy moving around the workshop. With the mobile base complete, we have to quickly assemble the first couple of cabinet modules. The simplicity of the design is what makes it great. There is nothing to add and nothing unnecessary to remove from the module. Just floor component, sides, back and subtops that also serve as floor parts for upper modules. And the CNC joinery makes it super simple to put together. A snug fit like this could work without any fasteners. But to be sure it won't be coming apart, I'm also adding a couple of screws, just to be sure. Now the moment of truth. How will the modules fit on the new frame? A snug fit means the concept works. We just need to put together the base frame for the larger section and continue with the attachment modules. The larger frame is very similar to the small one. It just has a larger part in the middle section that simultaneously will serve as a floor extension for modules on each side. The larger workbench section isn't meant to be pushed around the workshop as the small one does, but Emīls still might need to move it to the side now and then, so the casters are needed for this one as well. With the wheels secured, it's time to place the larger frame next to the small one. Having them upside down isn't a mistake. We need to attach latches at the bottom of the frames. They will make it easy to lock the setup together once the mobile section is returned from the workplace to the workbench. And the best time to get these installed is before we have the cabinet modules in place. Alright, we have the base frames figured out and it's time to get the modules made. These are the same as for the modular cabinet project we built for the Ariba Box workshop last year. The only difference is that Emīls also selected the large size modules, which are 3/4 of a regular cabinet height and require a 1/4 module to complete one attachment of the workbench. If you would like to learn more about the cabinet modules themselves, you can watch the full build video. I will leave the link in the description. By the time I had the modules made, the CNC operations had more or less concluded, and Emīls was free to join me and put together the perfect workbench layout for his workshop needs. Putting project together is always rewarding, though at this point it's hard to tell what the complete workbench will look like without the drawers and the door panels. Which brings us back to the trimming problem. Smaller parts are easier to trim with a fixed router setup, so we decided to make the tabletops. With a large CNC like Emīls has, it's very easy to cut the top parts. No tiling operations, just cut the pocket for the router to sit in and the contour lines. And after a quick pass with a palm router to round over the edges, we can secure them both to the large workbench section and to the mobile one. Now we can simply secure the router panel in place and we have a place for trimming the edges of the drawer components. And more importantly, plenty of room to manage all the parts. When the component edges are rounded nicely, we can put the drawers together, secure the joinery with screws, and slide them all in place. We also pop in the doors for the large modules. The final touch of the main section of the build, the latches at the bottom of the work surface. These will help to better lock the setup together. The workbench already looks great, but I had an idea to push it even further. If we added pegboard panels to the module walls, the workstation would be way more versatile. It would allow Emīls to add different tools and feature attachments for things that are needed at arm's reach. Getting the positioning right took a bit of tinkering, but once in place, the panels look great. With Emīls workshop upgrade, it felt like the right time to add more pegboard attachment designs to the collection. The easiest one to make probably is the plastic film holder, but I'm sure Emīls will enjoy the screw boxes very much. Supported in place while moving a small module and easy to grab when needed on the project. If you already have the pegboard project files from our website, you must have received the file update email including the new attachments. Anyway, after all the attachments are in place, the workbench looks spectacular. And I love how we were able to turn the stackable cabinet project into something even more versatile and customizable. So thanks to everyone for suggesting pushing the modular cabinet concept further. But honestly, the best feeling is that we were able to create something unique for Emīls' workshop, while remembering the projects he had helped us with when Aribabox was just starting out. Thank you for joining us on this project. Stay creative, and I'll see you next time.
Get off my CNC!